All right, assisted living fans. Holy crap. Just like House of Pain, I have to say, this episode won't half bad. Yeah, wasn't perfect. Do feel like it was dragging on in some bits and places, but I will say that it was, well, sex trafficking, man. They touched upon. Okay, I will admit I was a little upset that they don't. It's just like a lot of these shows where the episodes are kind of lackluster for about 95% of it, but then during the last 30 seconds, that's when things get real, and it's like, oh. So yeah, I will give this episode a 4 out of 10. Believe it or not, yeah. Dude, I don't know. Look, I'm not just like, oh, Jeremy's in a good mood. He's giving out compliments on House of Pain and assisted living. But bro, it was not good. I gave it a 2 out of 10. But I'm being real. Like I said in my House of Pain video, when there is something good, I will let you know. Because I don't review assisted living on a weekly basis. I originally was going to do a video about, is the show too vulgar, and, why are Brown and Cora attached to it, because this show is a bit, out of their lane in terms of the kind of comedy that we're used to seeing from these two. But here we go. Go ahead and like the video. Let's try to get to 30 likes. Hit subscribe to help me reach 1 million subscribers someday. Hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on new content. So when you hit the bell, select all. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Yeah, the episode was called A Lamb to the Slaughter. And I guess you could say it could just be summed up as Brown and Vinny signed the documents of the contract, and Brown hands over the $40,000 check so they can start getting the renovations done, like the plumbing, the painting, and what have you. Turns out that, oh wait, the kids are missing. Where did they go? Oh, they're at the mall. And then, luckily the son comes back and tells him that, oh, I thought my sister would be here, but she's not. She got in the car with the bus driver, who happens to be 18, and now everybody's freaking out about that. Well, Brown and Cora, Cora's trying to reel Brown in, saying, hey, look, this ain't none of our business. And then I forgot the kids' names. My bad. But in any case, she gets home and she gets chewed out by her parents, not just because both kids went out without telling anyone, but also the fact they aren't home, even though technically this is their new home, but they aren't home where, their mall or whatnot was only a couple of blocks away. This is an unfamiliar area. So basically, the fact that their daughter got in the car with somebody they don't even know, somebody they just met today, sex trafficking's at an all-time high. So that was a serious note to end the episode on. But again, I give the episode a 4 out of 10 because, again, it wasn't bad like it usually is. I thought the episode showed potential of what this show could be. Just like with House of Pain and bruh, it's like if you just reduce the repetitive dialogue and give these characters, meaningful things to say instead of just going back and forth with insults, then I think the show has promise. So, yeah, this is a real thing because of the fact that, it's not uncommon to see stories about this when you're scrolling online. I would just say the news, but I feel like more often than not, most of these stories you find when you're scrolling online versus on the news networks. And no, I'm not just trying to sit here and tell the media what they should promote and what they shouldn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, in terms of how most people come across this news, it's by, when they're just online, people sharing links or, the Amber Alert or trending topics, what have you. But it really is a serious thing. Yeah, because somebody hit me up, I want to say between last episode and last night, so basically over the past week, like, Jeremy, assisted living, it looks like they're actually tackling a couple of serious topics. You might want to look into it. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that I'm going to watch this show religiously, but I think I'm more inclined to give it a shot now, because I think Brown and Cora are going to be living in the assisted living facility quarters, and, well, I don't blame them. It's like, if I put 40 grand into something, then I want to live in there too. Well, depending on the circumstances, but yeah, now it definitely, well, I do wish they would change the scenery a bit because, again, this was episode 11. I've only watched like maybe 2 episodes, well, technically 3.5 episodes total. But have they shown any areas aside from this one specific location? Feel free to let me know in the comments. But yeah, I do feel like, Vinny, and again, I'm not going to sit up and I'm not going to sit here and say that Vinny is the most disgusting character. No, because I've seen worse in other shows and whatnot. But I just feel like, the show is just like, it's vulgar for the sake of being vulgar because it's on BET. I just feel like, Vinny's like, oh, I'm not going to curse in front of you, Cora, but I'm going to curse in front of this bastard. I did like the exchange about what kind of man, I don't trust a man who wears polka dots. Well, I don't trust a man who wears solid colors. That was funny. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. And apparently Vinny's hook is not it's a real hook, but he doesn't really have a hook for a hand. Okay, I did kind of chuckle at that because I did go back and watch last week's episode too. So again, this show has potential, but again, I really do wish the quality was a bit more enhanced in regards to the writing. But other than that, I think okay. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And like, remember, go back to some of my earlier assisted living videos. I actually praised Jeremy and his wife Leah. I think those two have good chemistry together. I really do. Cora and Brown, I just feel like they're in the wrong show. That's honestly how I feel. But other than that, yeah, I do hope the show gets better as time goes on. And you let me know your thoughts. I know some people just gave up on it, but remember, I gave this episode a shot because people were like, Jeremy, check it out. It's getting better. It's gotten somewhat better. It has potential. Let's just hope the quality increases as the season goes on. So with that being said, share your thoughts on Assisted Living episode 11 in the comment section below. And without further ado, if you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Unlike Vinny, I'm not asking for a $40,000 check. If you want to send a couple bucks my way, it's appreciated. Again, not mandatory, but I do appreciate it. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time.